Welcome back, astronauts. Today I have tons of Starfield news for you all. Yes, that's right, Gamescom is still going on, and in this video, I'm going to talk about how Pete Hines from Bethesda has teased that modders will be able to create entire planets in Starfield. Hear directly from Pete Hines on this, and then also he talks about just how long Starfield is. He said he can't even put a number on it, and that he has logged over 150 hours in the game so far and hasn't even scratched the surface. So we'll hear from him on that as well. And then also we have confirmation that Starfield will indeed have a new Game Plus mode, and Phil Spencer talks about his 15th playthrough of the game. And the Fallout TV series got a behind-the-scenes teaser trailer at Gamescom as well. Could this also mean that we will eventually get a Starfield TV series or movie? I talk about why I think this could happen down the road. And then, of course, I'm going to go over your top comments, astronauts. So let's dive into the video and get started. Alright, so let's talk about modding, shall we? As you know, modding is going to be officially supported by Starfield and is going to be a massive part of the game. And Pete Hines was at Gamescom and spoke about this and teased how modders will be able to create entire planets with the modding tools that are planned for Starfield. Let's take a listen to what Pete had to say.
There's a lot more coming, and when you start to think about the kind of communities that come around Bethesda Game Studios games, and putting a tool like that in the hands of people to go, how'd you like to make a planet? Like, how'd you like to do, like, all of that is going to just be off the charts when you start getting a community to come in and add all the different things that they want to bring to it. Their own stories they want to tell, whatever it is, or, you know, hell, I have a list of things I already want to mod.
So not only did Pete tease entire planets that modders will be able to create, but he said there's a lot more coming. So I'm expecting some huge announcements near the game's release, or perhaps after the game's release, about modding in particular. I'm sure they are gearing up for this massive modding announcement because, of course, we don't know all of the details on modding just yet, but they definitely are teasing us here and there with the capabilities of the modding tools for Starfield. So again, in the comments, what kind of mods do you want to see for Starfield? And then also Pete Hines spoke about his current playthrough of the game, saying that he's at 150 to 160 hours of his current playthrough and how this hasn't even scratched the surface of the game yet. Let's take a listen straight from Pete Hines and hear what he had to say on this.
Honest, like, there's really not an amount of time that I'm comfortable enough of, like, now you've played enough Starfield to get what this game is, because like I'm at 150, 160 hours on my current playthrough, and like, yeah, I haven't even come close. We try and tell everybody how big this game is, and the folks that are playing it, like, one of the few things they will tell us is, yeah, you weren't kidding how big, like, I can't believe how big it is. Like, yeah, it's content and explore, like, no matter how you want to play, there is so much for you to do in this game.
So this sounds very, very exciting indeed to hear that Pete Hines feels that this game barely scratches the surface at 150 or 160 plus hours. That is absolutely mind-blowing. And to me, just from Pete Hines' quote alone, it feels like this is going to be a 10-year plus game. So I think this game, from what Bethesda is saying, from what Pete Hines is saying, from what we've gathered from Starfield Direct, I think this game is going to last over 10 years for sure, especially with the modding community heavily invested in by Bethesda. Also, according to IGN, New Game Plus is confirmed for Starfield. This is what IGN had to say about that. They said Starfield is just a few weeks away, and ahead of its release, Bethesda's Todd Howard has confirmed that Starfield will have a new Game Plus mode. In an interview with GQ, Howard confirmed that New Game Plus does exist in Starfield, noting it was another way to incentivize repeat playthroughs for players. Then here's the quote from Howard. He says, Starfield delivers Bethesda Game Studios' most immersive role-playing since 2006 Oblivion. It gives you the flexibility and options to carve out a unique identity, and even adds a unique and exciting twist on New Game Plus to incentivize continued and repeat play. End quote. The article then goes on to say Todd Howard did not go into detail as to what exactly will carry over, like weapons and in-game currency, should you complete Starfield once and pursue a New Game Plus save, but the confirmation of New Game Plus is noteworthy as Bethesda Game Studios is not a studio known for adding such a feature in its game. So this is very exciting to hear, and it gives that potential to go into the game once again. And Phil Spencer talked about his 15th playthrough of Starfield when talking to IGN. Let's take a listen to what he had to say about his experience so far.
So we're super excited for Starfield.
Super excited.
I am.
So I think I'm on my 15th playthrough. I'm probably 200 hours in, but not on one playthrough. Because we changed same game formats, blah, 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 all that stuff. So I started in November, but I'm playing, I think on my final character playthrough, total space pirate. Man, I'm total space pirate. I think it's more Oblivion than Skyrim. For people who play, maybe they'll get that. It is an epic, epic game.
So we now know that Phil Spencer has put over 200 hours into Starfield. He's on his 15th playthrough. Pete Hines has put in over 160 hours. So these guys are absolutely addicted to Starfield. And again, to me, this is a very good sign for the game based on what they're saying at Gamescom. So let me know in the comments, how many times do you think you are going to play through Starfield? Post it in the comments down below. Also, in other news, this comes from Games Radar. They said Starfield Gamescom demo ends with Fallout TV show sneak peek from Todd Howard. And then the article goes on to say Todd Howard surprised a crowd assembled for the exclusive Starfield Gamescom demo with a first look at the upcoming Fallout TV show in action. In the footage seen by Games Radar, we got flashes of the ambitious Amazon Prime project, the world as it was pre-war, the hot flash of nuclear explosions tearing cities apart, and some stunning recreated Fallout characters and locations. And then the article ends with, sadly, Howard did confirm that Bethesda don't ever plan on putting out this very early look at the show in action, but did tease that bigger looks at the show will be coming soon. So yeah, while it's disappointing that they won't be showing the footage to the public of the Fallout TV series teaser trailer, it's very exciting to know that they did indeed show it, and I'll be honest with you, I may have snuck a peek at one of the leaks for this trailer, just saying, but I cannot post it on YouTube, of course, so I'm just letting you know there are some leaks of that trailer out there, and from what I saw, it looks freaking amazing. And speaking of Fallout getting its own series, we got this Starfield live action trailer, which absolutely blew me away. This trailer was absolutely mind-blowing right here. And I have to ask the question, do you think we will be getting a Starfield live action TV series or movie down the road? What do you think? I think it's very, very possible, especially since they are heavily invested in live action with one of their biggest franchises, Fallout. So I think they're going to do this with Starfield as well, especially if Fallout ends up being a massive success, which I think it could be from what I saw in that initial teaser trailer. So again, post in the comments, do you want to see a Starfield live action series or movie? Post it in the comments, let me know. And also, I'm going to go over your top comments in this video, starting off with this one from Derpity Derp Derp, who says, I like the start menu shown. It's clean and simple. Love it. Looks great. Totally agree. I love the start menu that we've seen so far from, the social media, from Twitter and all of that. And as you know, Pete Hines, he responded about some of the criticism about that start menu. I covered that in the previous video, and I totally agree with what Pete Hines had to say. I think that start menu, in my opinion, is simple, it's beautiful, and it draws you into wanting to play the game, and it represents space very well and space exploration. Now on to the next top comment from Stagman1500, who says, those Star Wars mods better be epic because this could be the game we Star Wars fans have always wanted. And based on your comment there, totally agree with what you're saying. I'm sure we're going to get plenty of incredible Star Wars mods in the near future, and I cannot wait to find out more about these modding tools when Bethesda's ready to share that. And then also, speaking of getting ready to share something, I will be sharing my review and complete gameplay coverage of Starfield on Thursday, August 31st at 12 p.m. ET or 9 a.m. PT. So if you want to watch that footage, be sure to subscribe to the channel right here and turn on notifications. I'll be doing a complete review. I'll be doing tons of gameplay videos, tons of breakdown videos, and all of that for you right here. And also, most importantly, it will be a spoiler-free review. So all of this stuff that I will be showing you will be completely spoiler-free. So keep that in mind. But I will see you astronauts later. Take it easy, and see you later.